Lots of houses for sale around here. One ugly bathroom. At least he's being honest. Lots of people, yeah. And there's like in and out. So it's definitely getting a lot of traffic, which is great for this guy, but bad for me. All right. All good. Nice. Original fireplace. If you were doing a student film, be perfect set for that. Little murder mystery sort of setup. Come here, you know, set up some props and you could really make it quite spooky. I don't think you'd have to do too much. The vibe would very much be like old man hermit, lives here completely on his own, but then backpackers are going missing left, right and centre, and he's keeping them out the back in the shed. And then I bust through the door and I say, hey, stop that please. Really nice flooring. I reckon these would absolutely polish up. Beautiful. Okay, we've got what looks like some stables through here. Rustic ceiling. Bit abstract. Could I buy this and rent it out straight away? I think with a ceiling in this condition, I think there would be a few laws that would be broken. They would have to be desperate and willing to overlook quite a few things. The real estate agent's having a bit of a chat at the moment. I'm just waiting for my moment. I'm going to slide in and ask him a few questions. What do you think they might go for? The history of the house. And I also am always interested to know what it was worth like 5 years ago. Probably would have been worth like maybe $1,000. Taking some photos of my new kitchen. It's a beautiful home if you're a spider. There's like about 30 centimetres of airflow coming in. Bit of a draft while you're cooking the evening meal. 15th of the 6th, 1969. Fred Paul, potentially, he signed it off as good. we can't argue with that. This would be the master. It's nice. Beautiful big double windows. They don't build homes like this anymore. 3x1, and they're selling it as it is. So it's going for $449,000. The listing basically said it's priced to sell. It is a bit out of my price range because my dog broke his leg and that set me back quite a long way. New titanium plate and screws in there to hold his whole arm together. All up, it ended up costing me $8.5 grand. Right at the moment is a little bit out of my price range. But as we know, Leanne wasn't completely closed off to the idea of helping me out. I'm glad to hear that you are not completely closing the door on opening up your wallet sometime in the future. She did say, come back to me in like a month or a couple of months. Mum would love this room. The kitchen, maybe not so much. Maybe I won't show her a photo of the kitchen. That's a good sign. The rat sack is on colour theme with the bathtub. That is ingenuity. So that's literally like the spanner and they've just got the duct tape out and thought that can stay there. Stable vibes as well. It's giving like farm tap. Yeah. The colour scheme itself is actually quite cute and charming. I'm going to be very brave and see if the tap is going to turn on. I don't necessarily want to touch it, but here we go. Oh, hey, it's got running water. Nice. Check out this room. This would be a nice kids' room, minus the hole in the roof. It actually looks like there's a bit of a bird's nest going on in the ceiling up there. I can actually see the sky through that hole. Blue for boys, or you know, whatever, unisex. Blue can be for girls as well, whatever. This is still like a good sized bedroom. I'd be happy if I got shoved in here. Nice. It's nice, practical. We get out. This is like a traditional, like nuclear family, you know, OG Australiana. You don't see, and this is a massive one too. This is the deluxe model. It smells, again, it smells like stables. It smells like hay and horses. It's like full of mattresses, and that was probably like a chook pen at one point. I'd say. Good thing about all this scrap metal, slap it up on the ceiling and patch up some of those holes and stop the rain coming in. Yeah, it's like got kind of like a bamboo vibe to it, but yeah, I think it's just overgrown grass. Not sure what's going on there. I did read in the listing that even though it is a big block, it's actually not zoned for subdivision yet. Maybe in a few years the council will approve it or rezone the area. I could be living off the land. Yeah, it does seem like a bit of a grapevine. I could make some wine. What tones of flavour? A bit of meth. Brooko moves Shiraz going from the outer suburbs of Perth. The gentleman before was mentioning there is a fair bit of asbestos around. It's pretty much the entire fence and there's bits of discarded asbestos sort of all over the place. He did say if it looks like asbestos, chances are it probably is asbestos. A good life lesson for us all. Hi, I'm Brook.
Hi Brooke, I'm Mark from Model Real Estate. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. It's going for $449.
That's right.
Have you got any offers yet? And what do you reckon it's going to go for?
So in the lead up to today's inspection, we had 5 already. This stage, we will likely end up with around about 50.
Are you allowed to give anything away on what those offers are?
The lead offers would generally be 7 to 10% above the front price. I would say this is probably likely no different.
I like to ask, like, what do you reckon this property in its current condition would have been worth, like, maybe 5 years ago?
5 years ago, it would have probably been somewhere in the early 2s.
Yeah, okay. So it's like more than doubled
It has.
in that time.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think for a long time, people didn't realise just what we actually have on offer in WA.
People are catching on. To have these flooring,
Yeah.
it's so expensive, right?
This would probably be about $35,000-$40,000 worth of flooring if you were to put solid timber floors through a house this size.
Crazy. I'm a first home buyer. Do you have any advice for a first home buyer trying to get in?
Even if you hate it, that's okay, because this is not your forever home. If it's not your forever home, it's a temporary home. My first home that I purchased was at what felt like the peak of the market. And I had people saying, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. I did it, and it was really hard, and it was awful. And you talk about houses that stink, that house stunk, and I can still smell whatever brand of cigarette that dude who lived there smoked. God. If I ever smell that on someone, I go, ooh.
You've got PTSD.
Yeah, exactly, I do. But no one gets fit without some pain. No one gets financially fit without doing some of those things as well. You know, we do a 38-hour week. That's survival. That's just a bit to survive. If you want to get ahead, you know what? While you're young, it doesn't hurt that much to do 60. Even though that sounds so offensive, you want to do it, do it. If you don't, that's fine. You can keep on renting. And no one's going to judge you for that. It's just that if you want to get ahead, that is the one thing you're going to have to do. Make those sacrifices. And then when you're 40, you probably won't have to work that many hours.
Yeah, yeah. It's great advice. Thank you so much. Get some of the scrap metal in and do some patchwork and really make it our own. Are you thinking about putting an offer in?
No.
You just got to keep getting out there and seeing what's available, and the right place is eventually going to come along. If my dog didn't break his leg and then my parents were willing to come to the party with some help on a deposit, then yeah, I could probably definitely make that happen.